pattern trader September 20th on a Tuesday. Just keep this and I want to inform you guys about this. Keep this in your mind. The quarter ends at the end of this month. This monthly candle is going to be very significant because it's going to be a new quarterly open. And every single time we have a quarterly open, we get a swift move, whether it's going to be to the top side or to the downside. Now, there's two typical events that take place when the quarter flips, right? Which is going to be a trap into a pump, or a bear trap into, or sorry, a bull trap into a dump. Personally speaking, I think we're going to bear trap into a pump. I think Q4 will be pretty bullish. If in the event I am wrong and we do happen to dump, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a scenario of what could possibly take place. Look at the higher time frame, like a 2-day. You look at your typical range that took place back in roughly about December of 2020, and then you take it back in November of 2020. So the bottom of our range is 16.2s. The top of our range, which already got tapped, was 24.2. So in the event that we do happen to dump and break the main low, a 17K low, we'll do something like this. I'm not going to touch any lows or any longs until we reclaim the previous low. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait, and then as I see things kind of like format themselves into like a small range or accumulation, because you want to basically see a dump, and then you want to see this, and then you want to see this. And then once you see that we did happen to break market structure to the top side from like maybe a 4-hour or a 2-hour, then you know it's safe to actually start accumulating um BTC and altcoins. I'm not a leverage trader anymore, guys. This is me talking as if I'm going to buy more spot. This is what I'm talking about. Like if I'm going to do my leverage trading, it's going to be to short maybe like 10 or 15,000, or maybe to long something small. I don't do a big size when it comes to leverage anymore. I have a decent sized portfolio for spot. So I'm just looking to buy. So again, in the event that we do happen to break this, just wait for the reclaim. And when you reclaim it, you want to target one, which is going to be $21,000, and then target two, which is going to be $24,000, right? But again, patience is key here. You need to be patient. Let's go to a different time frame. Let's go to, actually, I want to show this to you as well. The 2-week. Close this, open up your typical 200 MA and your 200 EMA. Any indicator has this. Look at the 200 EMA 2-week line. It's roughly at 17.5. It's never been tapped. So the way I see this happening, even if we do happen to break under 17.5 on a 2-week time frame, which is going to take roughly about 2 weeks to close, the candle body should close above this 2-week 200 EMA. So whatever wick we get to the downside, within that 2-week close, we should be closing above this from a body perspective. Keep it on your charts. Be mindful of it, and let's see what happens. Let's go into the actual indicators themselves. Order block. If you have the indicator, just turn it on. You can tell that there's a 2-day order block here, nice and fresh. It's only been tapped one time, right? It's only been tapped one time over here. So no matter what happens, when we come back down here and we actually retest this, if we do, in the event that we do, it can offer a significant reaction. So more likely than not, if this does happen to come down here and does something like this, we're probably going to do something like this, right? In the event that we do happen to break down, in the event that we do, just keep an eye on the 2-day order block that's sitting between 15,700 and 16,200. Okay, that's done. Going out to a regular chart. This is kind of important. I want you to open up your quarterly VWAPs. Those who previous quarterly VWAPs, those who have the indicator, or you can get it from anywhere online. Everybody has a quarterly VWAP. Just search for a quarterly VWAP. All right, so we have this particular quarter, which was Q3, that didn't really do much of a trend move, right? All we did was consolidate within this quarter. The new quarter is opening up October 1st. It's September 20th right now. The new quarter is opening up October 1st. So personally speaking, what I've seen in the past, when a new quarter opens up and a new monthly candle opens up, we get a swift move in the opposite direction, trap, and then start trending. So if I'm going to take a guess at what's about to happen, a bear trap into bull. If Q4 is what I think it's going to be a bull trend to the top side, and we're probably going to end up targeting roughly about 24,000 off the bat into a hopeful higher low into then $28,000 to $32,000. That's what I'm assuming takes place in Q4. September high is still intact, 22.7. August high is still intact, 25.2. And again, this is all Q3. This whole box here is all Q3. So I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait until Q4 opens up. You can't even we can't even extend it down. So annoying. I'm gonna be very patient until Q4 opens up, and then I'm gonna actually position myself for Q4. Um, whenever I get the opportunity to do so. So keep in mind and be mindful about the quarterly VWAPs, right? The next one that we need to assume will be tapped is $10,700. And I'm not exaggerating. In the event that we do happen to have another downfall, a massive one, it's going to be $11,000, guys. I'm not kidding. You see how we just dumped? Okay, I'm going to delete everything. You see how we dumped from here, right? We broke structure. Yeah, I'll make it very easy for you guys. This was your range. You consolidated here for how many? I don't know how many. A year or two, right? So obviously, when you go back up and you retest this, it's going to be a bearish retest and it's going to come back down. In the event that we break again under this, at that point, you're screwed. In the event that we do happen to hold this and we start consolidating, then we can get back up here, right? But you're not going to go from this range up like this. Not going to happen, guys. We're creating a base right now. If we do happen to break out, we're going to trap the bulls. We're going to come back down. This has to hold. This is the most important position right here after we get the rejection. Whatever happens after we get the rejection will depict if the market will start trending to the top side. Now, again, we dumped under here. We lost roughly about 30,500 or whatnot. And where do we stop? We stopped at the quarterly VWAP right there. Boom, go across. That's it. And mind you, guys, remember, I studied this freaking strategy for months. I came up with it. I'm telling you, it works. So for us to be able to consolidate at a different previous quarterly VWAP indicates that we are in a reaccumulation or redistribution behavior. This could take anywhere between 1 to 2 quarters because it's a quarterly VWAP, right? So it's not going to take more than 2 quarters. We spent the whole Q3 in here ranging, which means Q4 is the execution. So come October 1st, we're going to get a swift move, guys. From October until December, that quarter, we're going to get a swift move, guys. So be very cautious. In the event that we break down and we flush, the next area of interest is roughly about $10,000, right? Like you could tell, even if you go all the way down to the past, quarterly VWAP broke down, we accumulated at the quarterly VWAP. Make sense? Now, what do we do over here, guys? Quarterly VWAP, break down, and we're accumulating at the quarterly VWAP, right? It's all the same. It's all relevant. There is no difference between what BTC did and what BTC is doing right now. People talking about this space being dead. Technically speaking, it is kind of dead right now because of the volume, but no, it's just what it does. It breaks down, it finds this quarterly VWAP, and then it accumulates or distributes, but it ranges, right? And then we did the same thing. Let's make this blue. We did the same thing over here. Breaks, finds the quarterly VWAP, and then what does it do? It ranges, right? And over here too, guys, look at this. Hold on a second. Let me show you this. This is important too, right? What happened here? I know this was a liquidity round with BitMax, but still, we broke down. Where do we stop? The quarterly VWAP again, right? But this was like a V reverse tap. This was basically the start of the bull market. So just keep that in mind. If we do happen to get a position where we break above the quarterly VWAP like this, which is over here, sure, we're going to be bullish, but we're not going to happen. Even if we go to top sides, they come right back down. This is what I'm looking at right now. I'm not trying to complicate it. The only way this strategy works to basically give you an idea of where we're heading is if you actually zoom out. Let's do this. Let's close this. High-low. Monthly open. Let's make the monthly open black. I don't want anything else. Okay. And then let's go to the VWAPs. Previous quarterly is green. Previous monthly is blue. Okay. If you zoom on and you look at it. So now this might be a little too complicated, but let's just get rid of this. Let's talk about only the monthly. Monthly to monthly, right? The black is the monthly open. I'll make this a different color so it's easier now. Let's make it red. The red is monthly open, and the blue is your monthly VWAP. You see how we can't really get above We can't really get above it. Like basically once we tap both the monthly VWAP and the monthly open, we just die, right? It just keeps holding us down. Doesn't let us get above it. So that's the same exact reaction. We're not going to move until the new monthly opens. It's going to just basically depict where we're going to go for the next month. So if you just do like 1 or 2 trades for the month, you're going to make your money. You're going to make your return. Next level of interest, once this thing breaks down, is going to be the next level of the next monthly VWAP, which is going to be 16.3. Make sense? So just keep that in mind, guys. Wait until the quarterly opens, October 1st. I wouldn't go crazy. Regarding the oscillators, I already stated it, right? If you look at the weekly, it's not until we do the full rotation where the gray line comes down and curls like that, you're not bullish. I know a lot of people were like were basically, kind of itching to go long. I mean, it's fair. We did have a beautiful move to the top side, but when your MSTX looks the way it looks, come on, you always got to go for the retest, right? 3 day still looks bad. The signal is pointing down. Daily looks great. Daily looks great, guys. 12 hours actually. 1, 2, should be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 12 hour doesn't look good. Too many mixed signals. Unfortunately. 2 week. Yeah, 2 week is still like trending down. Look at this. It's crazy. It's bad. It's going to take us a very long time to get out of this whole shit show. And don't forget, guys, if you turn everything off and just zoom out and go to the monthly or the 2 month, we have literally no support until $14,000. I think it was 13 on the monthly, right? 13,000. Oh, actually, it's 14K, right? So be very cautious. I think it was 13.9. Yeah, 13.9. There we go. Be very cautious of this market, guys. Don't be so quick to go long, and don't be so quick to actually start investing in this market because it looks like absolute shit. Right? This basically it's filling this whole void right here. Right? It's filling this whole void right here. So just be very cautious, guys. Cheers.